Hello everyone, and welcome to Crystal Eclipse. My name is Jessica. In this video, we'll be asking the cards about the next 4 months and your glow up. Whatever's coming to you when it comes to finances, when it comes to career, when it comes to love, basically anything we can see in these cards. For some reason, I felt like this is coming in fast. So that's why I'm saying like the next 4 months, because it seems like very quick energy. So I have 4 stacks for you all to choose from today. We have this first stack. I have these cute little stickers I got recently. So we have this first stack with this teacup and little paper boat in it. This cute little cat, a little vial with the moon and stars in it, and then another cute little cat, but this cat also has a teacup. So choose whichever stack or stacks call out to you. Remember, you can choose multiple stacks because some stacks might have different messages that are meant for you, and you just have to sort of like figure out which messages are meant for you. And then, of course, like leave the ones that you don't feel a connection to. You can also check the description box or the comment section for timestamps if you'd like to skip directly to the stack or stacks that you chose. So let's go ahead and get started. Start off here with our first stack, which was that cute little teacup with the paper boat and the moon and the sky. So I have quite a few cards to draw, but that'll just give me an overall feel of like different areas. And like I said at the beginning, you might resonate with one aspect of this stack, but there might be another stack that resonates in a different area of your life. So we have overall energy with these two cards. So we're going to pull them out. First, we have Temperance coming out in reverse, and we have the Knight of Wands. We're going to keep these over here and keep these like sort of in case we need to, go back to them for some clarity. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Page of Wands. We have a lot of wand energy coming out right now. We have a lot of fire energy with Sagittarius. We have all this fire energy here with all the wands. So it seems like some quick energy that's being built up. We have Strength, which is Leo. So we have another fire card coming out. We have the World. And we have our Oracle card, which is Play. Hope everything stays in frame. I might have to move some things over a little bit. But I do want to say, since they're coming out sort of in this very strong way with the fire signs, it seems like there's either a big project that's coming through for you very soon, or you're investing a lot of energy into your own health, your own like growth, just wanting to work on yourself, wanting to be somebody that either you're proud of or somebody that you know you need to become. Lastly, we have Mosaic with let chance play its creative role in your life. It is interesting to have Mosaic and have play coming out here because they both say play, which is like, don't be too serious. Don't like focus too much to where you lose your joy of either life or whatever it is that you're currently interested or doing. So I'm seeing a lot of different aspects coming out here when it comes to your life. When it comes to career, that's where I want to start first because it seems like this is either financially related, like a big energy, or it comes to actually just stepping out when it comes to your work, when it comes to what you'd like to do in the future, even no matter how old you are. Like even if it comes to creating a sort of side business and you've been interested in it for a while, but you don't know how to start or where to start. I feel like the energy that's coming off of these cards is like this is the right time for you to go ahead and like step into this sort of new world because I feel like you'll have plenty of energy here, plenty of drive because that's really what the passion of those wands is. It's like just the ability to go after your dreams, to actually obtain those goals because you have the mindset, you have the ability. It's not just like you really want to, but you're not sure if you're able to. This is actually clarifying that you do have that capability to do what it is you desire. And it's like encouragement to go ahead and put those fears in the past to focus on what you are able to do. And it might not be like right now you can actually do all those things. Like you might know for sure that you don't have the finances or you don't have the time to invest in those areas. But it's saying that if you start now, everything will sort of start falling into place because we have these wands that are lining up. We have the 10 to the page. That's alignment there, with like finally figuring things out and then going ahead and investing in it or following through with it. We have strength. We have the world. It's like telling you you're so much more capable than ever before at this time in your life, that there's endless options here. The World is a great card to come out because it's unlimited. It represents all different aspects of your life and how there's sort of like um, no like fighting anymore. It's just going to come in very easily. And I think that's why play and mosaic are coming out here. There are two cards that say just, sort of let it go. Let the universe bring in what is meant for you and don't refuse it just because you don't have the like self-confidence to take what's coming to you. Even if it seems like it's too far off or it's like it's going to require too much of an investment, don't just knock it off and think, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. Keep that in your mind because it's something like if you actually feel a calling to it, there's a real purpose behind it. So just sort of like go with the flow, but at the same time, don't just think it won't ever happen for you. When it comes to other areas, when it comes to like your love life, if it's you felt like there was no balance or you just weren't finding the right person, I do see a change because we see an energy swap. We go from the reversal of temperance, which is sort of like either things being out of balance or you feeling like there's a disconnect when it comes to relationships or not finding people that you feel bonded to. And it's a really interesting energy sometimes when I see this card in reverse because it almost reads to me like you're trying to find, the right person or the right place, the right, area to be in. But all that keeps coming to you is just almost like a reminder that you're not meant to be at that place. Like there's more that's meant for you, and you keep hoping that eventually you find it, but it almost seems like it keeps getting pushed away to where you don't think that place that you're meant to be at actually exists. And I think that's sort of what's coming through with these cards. Either there's a struggle in the relationship you're in right now, or there's like no relationship and you're just like, when is this right person coming through? We do see that reversal of energy from temperance of like almost like a lack of movement to the Knight of Wands with movement. It's the same energy, right? Since it is the Knight of Wands, and that would be a fire sign within Temperance. It is the same energy, but it's being turned into something that's much more positive for your life. So a better person, a better opportunity, or just a better stage in your relationship if you currently are in a relationship. So a lot of improvement overall. That can also apply to your career. If you feel like you're just stuck in a place and you really want growth, but you're not seeing it, it seems like that's what's coming in very fast. We're ending this stage of almost like too much work, like you don't see any growth, you don't see what's coming through for you ahead. It's almost like you're blinded by this sort of repetition that's going on in your life or the lack of like positivity or a good person, good relationship. It might be that you're waiting for this and you're just like you're hitting that wall, but here it comes. Like the next 4 months are showing you the opportunities that are coming through for you. So more just focus on taking things like one day at a time, sort of go with the flow that you would see within the play and the mosaic card of just letting things come to you naturally. And if it does seem like the opportunity that you need to really invest in, or it's something that you're really interested in, don't just ignore it. Don't just let it fall away from you, or and don't put it on the back burner. Don't just say like I'm not deserving of this and this will never come to me. Tell yourself that you're much more capable than you think you are. You're much more resilient than you think you are, and there are plenty of opportunities that are still coming through for you. Don't ever say that you're like your life is over because you're at like a certain age or you haven't gotten as far as you want. It just means that it hasn't arrived for you yet. There's still plenty of more out there, like on the horizon. So but like major changes when it comes to career, when it comes to possibly either changing career or investing in a new career. When it comes to love, even if you're in a current relationship, I see movement into a stage where you actually feel like this is where I'm supposed to be, or this is like the energy that you want in your life. It's a very positive energy. A lot of fire, but it's excitement, it's happiness, it's like being very pleased with where you're at, just a lot of genuine happiness. Like you can just take it all in and say, this is sort of where I've needed to be for a while, and now I can finally sort of be in that happy sort of better place. So that's what I'm seeing for you and your upcoming glow up within the next 4 months, whenever it is you're watching this, of course. I hope that even a small part of this was able to resonate with you. And I thank you so much for taking the time of your day to watch this video. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. So here we have our second stack, and this one is with this cute little cat with luck at the bottom. So it feels like luck is coming through for you majorly within the next 4 months. When it comes to this glow up, we'll see the first two cards are overall energy. So we have King of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So these are actually two very positive cards. I'm going to stop on these two because, well, I didn't do it in the first reading because they were just overall energy, but these two actually have some very strong messages because they're both sort of representative of earth signs and that sort of fixed energy a lot when it comes to Taurus. We're seeing a stop or we're seeing a delay where you almost feel like things are absolutely not moving. With the Pentacles in like particular, the like if you look at the Knight of Pentacles, right, he's actually not moving. He's the only knight that does not appear to be moving. Of course he had to move to get there, but how long is it going to take for him to move out of that position? And I feel like that's major energy. Like you've been sitting there for too long. Sometimes it looks like the plants have sort of grown over the King of Pentacles because he's been sitting there for too long, and I feel like that's sort of how you've been feeling. Like, come on, it's time to move forward. Life is supposed to be starting now. So I think that that's a good energy there in reverse, which means there's movement. We have the World. We have Justice. Ooh, two good energies coming out so far. We have the King of Swords. We have the Seven of Swords. So a lot of communication, a lot of action. We have the Alchemist. And we have Eunoia with everything in perfect balance. That's very interesting. We had a similar sort of spread with the first stack, but with this one, we have Eunoia matching up with Justice. I feel like a lot with Justice, that King of Swords energy is visible within that card because it's the one that wields the sword. And we go from the slowness of this Knight of Pentacles, this King of Pentacles, where it's almost a stop, into this high energy of the Swords cards of Justice, King of Swords, and even the World, where we have excitement here. We have like so much movement where it went from just feeling like you're stuck in like one position to actually feeling like things are getting done. So I see the Justice card in a lot of different ways. Mainly if you're feeling like there's been no balance in the universe when it comes to you, your dreams, like your hopes, what you're wishing for. We're seeing the world is spinning. The world is inviting justice in, and that's when you're finally going to feel that sort of balanced energy. Things like falling into place where you feel like you're finally getting what you deserved or what you've worked hard for. If this is concerning a relationship and perhaps like you want an apology or you want somebody to reach out to you or you want somebody to show that they're actually making steps to change from their previous behavior, this is like the world and justice working together to say there's actually a cycle that's being broken and a new cycle is starting. So you do see a swap in energy within those two cards. Even if there's like been lack of communication with you and somebody, or this could be work, this could be romance, of course, this could be family. If you're feeling like this is representing just an overall lack of communication, we do see that changing because of that switch into something that's a little more energetic, successful, and like good communication. And I want to say when it comes to good communication, it's not just like talking and your side being heard or their side. It's actually being able to communicate to the other person how you're feeling, and that person is receptive of it and therefore properly listening to what you're saying. It's not just like I hear you or whatever. It's actually like I completely understand what you're saying and I see it from your point of view and I'm willing to work on this or I'm willing to work on us. And it's a much better air that's coming across here, which is funny because they're air signs. But I do feel like overall, just ease of communication coming through better communication. So that seems to be the sort of like glow up. I think like this stagnant stage is ending and this wheel is starting to turn for you in all areas. Of course, I get focused on like family and relationships, but I do see it as something big is coming through for you within the next 4 months, mainly because we have the Alchemist, which is sort of like creating your own universe, creating things around you. We see Eunoia with everything in perfect balance. And the swift movement of the King of Swords, Seven of Swords, like movement for your own personal growth rather than focusing on somebody else's energy or trying to make somebody else happy. we see that this focus is more on you. So it's building up this pride within yourself, very similar to the first deck, but also like knowing that in order to have this success in all areas in your relationships and like romance, friendships, in career, you know that you need to have this confidence in yourself. You need to be proud of yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to really say like you might not be perfect, but you're who you're meant to be. So it's all this reassurance that's coming through here in the next 4 months, and then you see these changes. And that's where King of Swords is coming in, and this quick energy, right? Like so, the King of Swords is just super fast energy. He's movement, so you will see a lot of opportunities coming through for you, especially like if you've been feeling like your finances have just been stuck. That could be an interpretation of the reversal of the King of Pentacles. It's like your finances are just like not in the best place and you need that improvement, and just like, where is this? I need it now. We do see a swift change there. So it's like um you are being able to either gain a little more stability when it comes to your finances, a little like a few more opportunities, perhaps a better job opportunity, or just overall, you might just be feeling like you're managing your money better, and it's just like really, you're just making it better in life. The only concern here would be the Seven of Swords, because I feel like there's a lot of things that are coming to you, a lot of big changes. But I feel like you might not take some of these opportunities that are being handed to you. You might not feel like some of these are meant for you. And it's like the Justice card is screaming to me saying, you deserve these things. You deserve this change. You deserve this opportunity. Don't like tell yourself that this is not right for you, because this is yours. You are the alchemist. Everything is in perfect balance. You do have this justice coming through. So this glow up stage you're entering is right for you. You are deserving of it, and don't make yourself feel like this is wrong or this won't ever happen. Because if you put that negative thought in your head, then you might not see it when it comes. And the interesting thing about swords is it's the card that represents mental health, or a lot of like mental clarity, and if it's upright, normally you see the positive. If it's in reverse, and you see what is like sort of weighing on your mind or bringing you down, making you not think that you're capable. And I feel like even though you're getting a lot of air energy here with Justice, King of Swords, Seven of Swords, you're getting so much air energy. um it seems like that can be something that's sort of disastrous for you. You need to like say, I'm deserving of this. I know I can do this, and everything that is meant for me will come to me. You're lucky. Like, you chose that card for a reason. Luck is coming to you very soon. You're making this. All that manifestation has been working, and you're finally making this, like, the world that you've been hoping for finally come, like, to fruition around you. It's finally falling into place. So that's what I'm seeing for you when it comes to heavy financial improvement here. Improvements in your relationships and movement. You might see a reason to celebrate when it comes to somebody, if you're interested in them or you want them to sort of like communicate with you so that you can get to a better place. I do see that as something that's coming through for you. But I hope that at least a little bit of that was able to resonate with you. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. Starting with our third stack here, we have this little vial with, I'm guessing it's a potion, but it has the moon and some stars in it. When it comes to this glow up, our overall energy here would be the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Ace of Cups. That's actually really good for finances when those two cards are coming out like that. We have the Nine of Wands. We have a lot of wand energy in these readings today for some reason. We have Three of Cups, reason to celebrate. Ooh, we have the Queen of Cups, the Four of Swords. We have Take Risk, and we have Paradisiacal. You belong to paradise. So this is very good energy for changes and momentum building, because it's not like a quick momentum where you feel burnt out or you feel like it came and went. This is sort of like a steady build up toward stability. So we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, where I feel like you're no longer in this place where you feel like things aren't coming to you, or that you have to ask people for help. So if you've been in this place where you've either had to borrow money from people or ask people, to help you out for certain things, I feel like that stage is coming to an end because we do see that reversal, that swapping of energy next to the Ace of Cups, which would be abundance. But sometimes you wouldn't read that as like Six of Pentacles as that coming to an end, but with the like luck of that Ace of Cups coming through, it does signify you're entering a better stage when it comes to just things overall. So it's like if you're worried about your finances, if you're worried about your job, or like you want a job, you want to change jobs, or you're just wondering what's like next for you when it comes to your career, we do see that opportunities are coming in, and there's a lot of them, a lot of things that you can take up that are coming through here. The interesting thing is we're changing energies here, very reflective of these two cards. We come in with the Nine of Wands, and then we have the Three of Cups, which is like almost terrified, frustrated energy here. Like you don't feel like you can get away from this. It's you're caught up in this, but you still want to move forward. So if there's anything that's been holding you back, if like maybe you lost a job or you went into debt, or you saw the end of a relationship and it just feels like it's heavy on you, and you want to move on, but you're not quite sure how to move on, or even if you have the motivation to move forward, here we have the Three of Cups coming in with a reason to celebrate. So this is saying don't hold yourself back right now. Don't let that sit on your mind, because the longer that you let it sit, the more you're actually waiting, the almost like you're preventing yourself from entering the next stage of your life if you're sitting there still dwelling on that past, still thinking about things that happened. It's almost like, okay, if you owe somebody money, or you're short on money or something, uh, sitting there thinking about that won't actually get you to repaying that person or gaining more money. You actually have to go out and do something. And you might be fearful of that. You might be scared that if you get another job or you get in another relationship, it'll end in that same way where you feel wounded, or you feel like remorseful, like you feel like things didn't work out for you, and you almost feel like you wish you didn't try to begin with. What is coming in for you now is much different from that past energy. It's completely new. It's like renovated. It's like you have this beautiful new opportunity that's very similar to the past, but this time it's going to be successful. Because not only do we have the celebration of the Three of Cups, we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Ace of Cups. So three cards within the cups that say that this is going to be genuine happiness for you. The cups signify emotional, um, just happiness, a good, just stable like mindset. It's not something that is like overboard. You're pleased with your surroundings. You want to achieve more, but there's a love that you have for yourself, for where you are. You're not upset with yourself for sort of like not being where you hoped you'd be. It's all about like knowing that there's still more to come. There's still a future for you, and you're not going to give up and just stand there and wait for disaster to strike almost. So it's like a lot of changes coming through when it comes to your energy, when it comes to these opportunities. So I would majorly like take away this Ace of Cups, this Three of Cups, and this Queen of Cups from this reading, because it does seem like whether it comes to your finances, or relationships, or just things that you're hoping for, like if you wanted to like get a car, you wanted to move to a better place, these are things that are coming up for you in the near future. These opportunities are here for you. And it's just like, to me, the Four of Swords is coming in to say it's time to heal. It's time to say that mindset is no longer suiting me. That mindset is no longer doing anything beneficial for me. If it ever did, you might be sitting there thinking, well, that never actually made me any better. It might have just made you worse. So with these coming in like in this arrangement, and then that Four of Swords, it's almost like you're saying to yourself, I deserve a break. I deserve a moment to just, care for myself. We have Paradisiacal coming in with You Belong to Paradise. It's like treat yourself well. Take yourself out on a date. Just do things to make you feel worthy of your own love of yourself, of your own happiness with yourself. You might not be perfect, right? But you're trying. And that's the major takeaway. We see take risk, which is like do something that you don't think you can do, but you actually are capable of doing. Don't let your mind tell you you can't do something, because you're more than able. It's just your own mentality that is holding you back here. And this next stage that you're entering won't just be a stage that's good for you when it comes to just one aspect of your life. This is permanence. This is like continuous energy. We're seeing this like almost growing, whether you're male or female, regardless of gender. You're going from this stage of like being fearful, being like almost self-sabotaging in a way when it comes to that Nine of Wands and that reversal of the Six of Pentacles. You're moving into that Queen of Cups energy of like mastering things. When I see the Queen of Cups, it's more of a balanced energy, self-love so that you can love others, um, love of your work so that you can, put in enough energy, put in more than enough energy, and being proud of where you're at, but still wanting something better. So it's all about just being balanced. That's major energy of the Queen of Cups. She is balanced. She's worked a lot on herself, and after going through the trials that she's gone through, she's come out with a better mentality of like, yeah, I made some mistakes, yeah, I'm not exactly where I'd hoped to be, but here I am, and that's what matters is like you are here. And I was watching a video, like, I don't know, pretty recent, and they said, um, remind yourself constantly, you might not be where you want to be, but at least you're not where you used to be. And that's like mainly your own mentality. You're not stuck where you used to be. But I think this sort of like mentality change is the first step of what's coming through in this glow up, and then you're going to see it reflected in all other areas. Because once you release this past energy, you'll see this new love come through, or this better love, this healthier love. You'll see better career opportunities. You'll see a lot of things that you can finally take up those offers on, and you can treat yourself. You can love yourself more than you ever have in the past. So it seems like there's overall very good change of just like mentality for you, and just overall like a good positivity. That's what I'm seeing with the third stack here. I hope that at least some of that was able to resonate with you, and I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. Start off here with our last stack and this cute little cat with a teacup, or I should say, cup of tea. We have our first two cards, which are the overall energy cards. So we have the Devil coming out first in reverse. And we have the King of Cups in reverse. So that's very, very good to have coming out here, because we're seeing a movement away from what has limited you. Either a mindset that's told you that you're not deserving of something, or um an a relationship perhaps that didn't suit you, that just wasn't good for you. And then more of a fixation on yourself in a positive way. Um, Focusing on what you need to focus on, removing yourself from any negative mindset that you might have had in the past. A lot of self-love when it comes to King of Cups in reverse, or at least the way I'm seeing it with the reversal of the Devil and then the King of Cups, because to me it's reading as, rather than giving love to others and having it taken advantage of, or feeling like it's not being returned to you in like a very equal way. I feel like this time you're just focusing on you. You're trying to make yourself, the happy person. You're trying to build your own confidence up, your own self-love up. You're doing things to treat yourself, and that's like a major part of this glow up. You need that energy to just reach that new potential. We have the Knight of Coins coming out. We have the Moon. We have the Five of Cups, and we have the Sun. So then our oracle cards will be, the Revolutionary. And we have Vertigo, with whatever you choose will be correct. So this is very good for this forward movement here, especially as you're going through, like I said, like that glow up energy here. As you're going through that, you need that more focus on yourself mentality, right? You need something that will say like, this is where I need to improve. And if anything, like you have that, this is where I need to improve, right? But this is where I'm perfectly fine. Like this is where I'm supposed to be. This is like who I am. And there might be, or there might have been moments where people told you like you needed to change this about you, and it took you a while, and you reflected on that, or you became a little overboard, like fixated in a negative way on that. You tried to figure out what was going on. You tried to figure out like how to change yourself. Like somebody said, like, you're not outgoing enough, or you're not exciting enough, and you tried to be that person, but all that ended up happening was like you just weren't, happy with who you were trying to be. In the same way, if somebody was like, you need to bite your tongue more often, or you need to let others speak, and you felt like almost like were stifled, or you were held back by that, and it just made you upset. It's like pleasing others. It's not going to make you happy in the end. You're just going to look back on it and say like, why'd I do that? Why'd I invest so much time in trying to focus on these other people when I could have just made myself happy? And I feel like that's the central part of this glow up for you. It's like, I'm done with trying to please others. I'm done with trying to be somebody I'm not. I'm going to move forward as I am. And in this, it's like it or leave it with this energy of the Knight of Coins and the Moon. We see the energy movement forward with the Knight of Coins. We have it as Taurus here because it is that cow energy. And normally that's a card that's representing slow movement, but here I see it as a card of resistance, a resistance to like the outside influence. The people that are telling you, no, you still need to change, or no, you need to fix this, you need to work on this. This is you saying, no, I'm fine with who I am. There are things that you need to change, but that's your own self-reflection that you need to work on. That's you deciding that that's not who you want to be. That's you deciding I need to say what I want, but I also need to work on how I say it. So it's sort of like if you're not one to talk, it's you gaining the courage to speak your mind. And if you're one to talk a lot, but you know it's not right to, or you're trying to not, be as aggressive, it's you deciding just how limited you want to be. And I think that's a great word, is like limit here. And I think you're the one that needs to set your own limits on yourself. You shouldn't have anybody else setting those limits. So if you're in a relationship that seemed very one-sided here, or like you weren't receiving that love, like I said, it's like you're feeling limits being placed like on you from these other people, or from life in general. Like you know you can do more, but people don't give you the opportunity to show them. Or like you apply for jobs and those opportunities never come through, or you're rejected. And you're like, but I know I'm capable. It's moving away from that into this better stage. We have the Five of Cups, which is like that fixation on what is lost. And she's pouring it down this hole. They're like swirling away. She has this one last cup behind her that's filled with like so much beauty. But it's like, what will she do with that final cup? Will she ignore it, or will she spill it into this like black hole basically that's there? It's how you choose to proceed. It's you deciding here within like the next couple months to say, that's not who I am, that's not who I want to be. I want to be this better, brighter person. So it's moving away from the Five of Cups into the Ten of Cups. In an interesting way, the cup here in the background, there's like a little rainbow in there, and then we have all these different colors. And it's almost like this little cup was released to make that sun card. So you are seeing that like very similar imagery represented within those cards, like letting go so that you can finally move forward, so that you can finally reach the stage that you needed to be. And I've said that in several of the other stacks in this reading, but I feel like this one in particular, it's like somebody needs to hear this, and I'm not sure who it is, but somebody needs to hear. With the revolutionary coming out, we see that in order to be yourself, you need to accept that people might not be pleased with who you are, meaning they still might want to change you, or they still might point out flaws, but it's more your time to say, keep your opinions to yourself. Or if that was really something that I needed to fix, I'd focus on that myself. The revolutionary is saying, I might gain some haters along the way, or I might find some, naysayers. But in order to be me, I need to just keep my eyes set on the prize and keep moving forward. So all that energy is just being concentrated here to give you that courage to finally go out there and say, like, here I am. This is who I've, been trying to be all along, but didn't actually become, because other people sort of like prevented it or delayed it. And now we have vertigo with whatever you choose will be correct. And this is saying, don't worry about it. This is the sign from the universe that's saying you're on the right path. You're finally there. Keep moving forward. When these opportunities come to you, don't say no, don't refuse them. Just keep moving forward. Don't fixate on the past. You just keep that mindset going. And even if you feel like you have to sort of like remove some people, temporarily from your life, or back away from some other people, limit your contact with some, or even like look into changing your career. I'm not saying like flat out just, quit and change. I'm saying like these are things now you start looking into to see what is out there for you. You might have thought that that job opportunity was not for you, but it might come up again, and this time apply for it. See if you can get it. If somebody says you need to change your ways, but you're in a positive way, you're very content with who you are and you like who you are, don't tell them like you're right. Don't cave into that. Just be happy with who you are, because I think that's what's coming through as a major chance for change in the next couple of months, because everything relies on that. Everything is just um going to come in like floodgates are open after that. You're going to get so many opportunities when it comes to other areas, especially like we have Knight of Coins, we have the Sun. The Sun is happiness in every single area of your life. You just have to sort of get there, and accept it. You have to accept the Sun, and the Sun is sometimes a little difficult to accept. So just focus on that, and then everything else is going to fall into place. So that's the fourth stack. And I do hope that that was able to resonate with you. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch whatever part of the video you have. And I hope that you have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye.